Hey everybody, Matt Fure here. So why am I making another midlife transformation video? Uh, well, there honestly aren't too many of them out there. I'm 45 years old. Last year, third week of March 2025, and I was 44 still. Just was disgusted with myself. Absolutely disgusted. Spent about 15 years, more time than not, in the gym hitting the weights, and ended up having my family, getting married, having a kid, another kid, another kid, another kid, 4 kids, 3 boys, 10, 9, 6, and my daughter's 5 now. Wouldn't trade it for the world. But I found myself getting out of shape, building my dad bod, which was really fun at first. Don't get me wrong. It was nice, just eating what I wanted and being too busy to really care. Working a job where I was on call all the time, so constantly working and taking care of little babies, and being a new dad and just busy. No time to really focus on myself and all that it takes. For fitness. At least my shoulders weren't big enough for it at the time. Took everything I had just to try and do those things well. But, of course, slowly but surely started packing on the weight. And I was a kid I didn't break 150 pounds until I was 19 years old. Started weight training 18, just before 18, 17. But still didn't break 150 pounds until I was 19 at 5'11". So anyway, though, at 44, I found myself at just about 203 pounds, probably mid 30% body fat. I'll show you before and after here. And I remember I was on my bed putting on my socks, just grunting. Had to hold my breath to put on my socks. I'm looking in one of those long, skinny mirrors, man, and I just looked over and I saw myself from the side and said, "Just you pig, what are you doing? Look at yourself. You're using the excuse that you work hard, provide for your family. We're faithful in our church. I'm faithful in spending time with them, checking all these boxes, doing what I'm supposed to be doing." All the while, I knew I wasn't giving them my best. I didn't feel my best. Felt like crap. I have sleep apnea. And to be honest, my CPAP machine I don't have the story a lot of men do where they get on it and it's life-changing. It is in a sense that I don't wake up choking all the time, which is great, but I don't actually feel more rested. Found out a little more of that story later. I just found out this past week I actually have congestive heart failure. Beginning stages, so time to quit being lazy and add more cardio. And though my before and after pictures you're going to see here you see them now. 20-week transformation, 203 pounds down to 171 in 20 weeks. For transparency, I am on TRT. 180 milligrams of test zip. But in that before picture, I was on TRT too for almost 2 years. So I'm a perfect example of what TRT does without using it properly versus what it looks like 20 weeks later with an incredibly disciplined diet and using it properly. What I did is I went right into a calorie deficit, and I did do keto for the first 8 weeks. And going to the gym, first month I couldn't go any more than 3 days. I was just way too sore. You guys know, you get back into it after a while, man, it's brutal.
Please sign in to your vehicle before driving.
Excuse me for that. So right into a deficit, keto for 8 weeks.
Sign in successfully.
Which is great. Felt awesome. But then about the 8-week mark, my body doesn't do good staying on that diet. Once I started being able to work out harder and just the energy demands of life in the gym, I knew it was time. My central nervous system, I hit a crashing point. And said, okay, I'm either doing too many sets, which is possible. I do overtrain a little bit, and I'll admit that once I'm going in the gym, it's hard to stop. But at this stage of life, I can't be all about this perfect hypertrophy program. I'm there for mental health and physical health. I love the gym. I love lifting again. You get at this stage of life, you have to love it. You have to love what you're doing to stick with it. So anyway, 8 weeks deficit, keto, switched, dropped my fats down to 50 grams or below, ramped my carbs back up, and I did one cheat meal a month. I'd have one cheat meal and like 2 glasses of wine, 2 beers with it. So I didn't quit drinking completely, but for 20 weeks, I never slipped up once. One cheat meal with a couple drinks once a month for 20 weeks. And that's the transformation that you see. So it is possible. I had all the same doubts as everybody else, man. What if I can't get it back? Sleep apnea, psoriatic arthritis, all this other stuff going on. Didn't even realize I had the heart issue at that time. But you're just thinking, I don't know. I don't know how my body's going to respond. Injuries, a couple surgeries for melanoma, had sepsis before, almost took me out, but I had to try. Kids are young. I thought, Lord, I need to die trying, die fighting. My family deserves better than this, and I'm not happy with myself at all. Not at all. So that disgust with myself and knowing that I owed God and my family far better efforts and needed to quit whining and just trust the process. I knew what the process was. So anyway, got back at it. It worked. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. I had all the same doubts as you guys. Again, I'm just a man, trying my best to go to work, to take care of my family, to not put myself in situations where I'm going to screw things up. By the grace of God, He's rescued me from a lot of dumb decisions I've made in my life, and rebuilt. He's rebuilt my life, and I can't thank the Lord enough for that. And I just want to let you know, trust the process. One day at a time. Get up, stick to it. You got to get yourself in this position where I'm going to do this or I'm going to die fighting for it. Okay, make your meal plan, track your calories. That is the key there. Everybody, you don't need to count. Yeah, guess what you do? If you want to lose weight, you want to get lean, you want to go from 30-some% body fat down to 9 to 10, you're going to have to count your calories. But I will tell you, with all my back issues and some other issues, just walking around 30-some pounds lighter, guys, it was life-changing. To bend over and put my stinking socks on without having to hold my breath over my big old belly was life-changing. Just walking. I mean, it felt like, when you get done doing squats, and then if you jump down to your starting warm-up weight just to get a bunch of blood flowing, and man, it feels like you have no weight on your back. That's what it felt like, losing all that weight and walking. It was incredible. Do I still have my back issues? Yeah, but as long as I stick to my good stretching routine I do post-workout 2-3 days a week, typically after my core routine, it's pretty dang good. So yeah, just thought I'd make this video because after that transformation, a lot of people I know just couldn't believe it. They were always asking me, what did you do? What's the secret plan? What diet? This, that, the other. It's simple. Pick it. You could start low carb if your body doesn't do good off keto, off the high fat. I've done that before. one other time, and it worked great for me for a season. So I tried it again. But the big thing is eat whole foods. Easy to define. Single ingredient foods. Single ingredient foods. Track your calories. Right? Eat at a deficit. I did probably too much. I ate, where was I at? 1,700 calories a day for 5 months. I do a refeed day where I would up my carbs and eat at maintenance on Sundays, and that helped. But yeah, it's that simple. Eat clean foods. Eat at a deficit. Stay consistent. Don't cheat. Right? You have to have an end goal, a goal for an end game there, and stick to it. It will work. The fat will come off. And the beauty is a lot of you know, once you get to a certain body fat percentage and you have muscle now, your body wants to stay relatively lean. It doesn't want to stay 9%. It takes a little bit of work, but your body wants to stay lean. And as long as you're working out, your body knows we need to keep this muscle. We can't sacrifice this. We need this. And it becomes more efficient at burning fat. And know what that means? Hey, you can have a cheat meal. You can work those into your plan. So I went, where am I at now? So it's February. In September, I got myself down to 9 to 10% body fat. I stayed there for about 8 weeks. Went on vacation in September with the family. Decided, okay, time to pack on some weight here. So I've been eating at a 300 to 400 calorie surplus every day. Are my days perfect? Absolutely not. I've been sick. I've had diverticulitis twice, where the only thing I ate were Percocet and Popsicle for 3-4 days on my back. Couldn't move. Life happens. It's going to happen. You're going to get injuries. I just had to have my elbow looked at. Some tendon issues. Just found out I had the heart failure. Life's going to throw things at you. Stay consistent. Don't give up. And progress will happen. It's guaranteed. 1 + 1 is 2. Doesn't matter emotionally how you feel. Is this working? This is not. Get that out. That has nothing to do with it. Stick to the plan, and the results will come. I promise you that. So yeah, am I perfect on my calories? I'm ranting and raving here, but not daily. But what I try and do now is, okay, what are my totals for the week? Did I come in where I wanted to for the week? And the answer is yeah. I've been gaining about a ½ pound a week since then, 2 pounds a month. So that's good. I'm hoping in April here, because I'm not going to need as long of a time. You saw the transformation I did in 20 weeks. I don't need anywhere near that much time to get that lean again. I'm not too far off right now. I'm probably around 13% body fat. But yeah, I'm hoping to cut back down and hopefully have gained 5 pounds of muscle. Even if I have 4 real pounds of muscle, think of 4 pounds of steak. You know, for a guy if you're on TRT, you can't expect the same thing as you're blasting a bunch of PEDs. But eat right, work hard. It's worth it. My family has reaped the benefits. You know, it's that old adage that, you get in the airplane, they tell you put your mask on first before you can help others. It's true. Dads, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, and you will be a better man to your family. You will be a better husband. You will be a better father, a better brother, a better son, a better neighbor, a better worker. These are things that God calls us to. And the Lord says, whatever you do with your hands, do it with all your might. And it helps you to not be so selfish. You have more strength and energy to serve your loved ones. Don't me wrong with the heart failure thing. The energy's not where I want it. So we'll see. I'm gonna stick to this, try and increase my VO2 max here, and see what we can do. It seems the science says that I can absolutely increase my output here. So we're not losing hope. I'm not going to jump on a bunch of pills. Cardiologists will probably recommend that. I'm going to say no. Give me 6 months to see what we can do for fitness, retest, and we'll go from there. But I'll if you guys are interested at all, if this video has any traction, I will make more videos. Keep you guys updated on fitness, where I'm at, on the health. Just come on here to motivate you. never saw myself being someone to do this. I had to have my wife help me learn how to even upload a video. But I'm just being asked constantly about it, and by God's grace, I've actually been able to help set some people in this direction to regaining a better quality life and fitness. And I'm not an influencer, I'm not a personal trainer, I'm not a competitive bodybuilder, I'm none of those things. I'm just a man. But you see the progress pics. Simple things, guys. Work hard, be consistent, deficit, make better choices. You're gonna fail. Get that out of your head. Micro decisions. Learn that you need to make better micro decisions daily, constantly. They will add up. When you get sick, you know what? The best thing, I ended up with the flu. I got 3 days of working out that week. Probably shouldn't have. Should have just taken off. I was sick for what, 11 days, something like that. But what I did is, by God's grace, I didn't slip on the diet. And I still had an incredible appetite for some reason. So I ate clean. When you're sick, don't go off the rails. Eat clean. When you get injured and you're like, oh, I can't go to the gym for a week, I gotta let this and that hill. Eat clean. And guess what? Do some calf raises on your steps. Do something. Get a squeezer, like whatever you can do. There were times with injuries, all I could do was band work for a couple of days or something. So what? I did it until I couldn't do them anymore. And I kept and I stayed on my diet. And I can't preach that enough. See guys in the gym, they work out just as hard as I do. They're younger than me. They're 25, 30, and they don't look like me. I'm 45. Like, what are you doing? You must be on all these steroids. No, dude, tell me what you eat. Well, yeah, that's it. Diet is that important, and you guys have heard so many people say it over and over and over and over, and nobody wants to listen. You can work out hard. You can get in that habit, and once you get addicted to that, that's easy. It's the kitchen. It is the diet that is going to make the difference. And it's the diet that's going to make the difference for your health. So it needs to be more about vanity than just vanity. That's for another video. Part of the reason I had to step back for a while is I wasn't in it for health. It's just in it for my own insecurity and vain reasons. And I got to a point, getting older, like I need this for my health now. It needs to be for my wife and for my kids. Which is just a sweet place to be in right now. To go to the gym and start doing something and feel something hurt and just stop and say, let's drop the weight or do something different. Where the 20-some-year-old me would have just pushed through and injured myself like an idiot because I was too insecure to stop doing what I'm doing. Man, it feels good to be past that stage. Being 45 is in a sweet spot. By God's grace, I'm a much wiser man. With a lot of work left to be done. So I'll keep you guys updated on the journey. Thanks for listening. Questions, comments, put them in there. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. I think I'm supposed to say, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And let me know if you'd like to hear more of my story. Put in the comments, and we'll keep you updated. So just one more midlife transformation for you all. Get after it. Don't quit. Okay? God bless you all.